Welcome back to the Clash Tips YouTube channel. Every week I'm always looking for new attacks, new things that we can do. And in the clan capital this week, we have not been disappointed. I wanted to give a shout out to the Great Oz, who actually had some amazing attacks on this clan capital base using a strategy that I know is out there, but I haven't really seen it. So we're going to take a look at it and break it down and show you guys exactly how it works. Now you're going to be bringing 3 of the skeleton spells. Sorry, not skeleton spells. The skeletons is Halloween, so I have skeletons on my mind. We're going to be using 3 of the graveyard spells because skeleton's a totally different spell that you use for the main village and not the clan capital. So put down those 3 graveyard spells. You're going to focus on the large, I about said buildings. They are buildings technically, but they're defenses. Why could I not remember the name of those buildings? Now, the reason that you're going to be putting those skeleton spells around those large defenses is not necessarily so that you can destroy those defenses, although that does come into play. The reason that you're putting those graveyard spells down around those big defenses is so that you can distract. Now, one of the amazing things about this attack is the Hog ability, the Hog Glider specifically, has the ability to stun. So as you're bringing in your troops here, we'll go into more detail actually in the very next attack, but as you're bringing in your Hog Gliders and your Hogs, they're not called Super Hogs in the clan capital, right? They're just called Hogs. Hogs something is what we're going to call it. Hogs, yeah. So as you're bringing your hogs in on the space, one of the cool abilities of the Hog Glider is that it actually stuns the defense. That's not something that I realized until I'm doing a little more research on it. But you're going to be bringing in a ton of log jammers. Wow, my brain is just not working today. You're going to be bringing in a ton of Rage Barbarians and a ton of the Hogs. Again, you're going to be focusing those graveyard spells. You're going to be bringing 3 every single time on those defenses that you need to distract. Now, you're going to be using the Barbarians, of which he brings 5 in every attack, and we'll look at that in the next attack in more detail. You're going to be using 5 Barbarians in order to creep this lineup. See this little line right here? We want that line to stay up nice and high. That way, our hogs can be released close to the defenses. Because if you don't do that, and there are buildings that are left up over here, then your hogs are going to have to be released all the way over here, and then you're not going to get all the value that you need to get with your hogs. This way, you can release it much more strategically, and the Great Oz was able to get this base and the next base. Almost all of his attacks are done in 2 hits, and I just love the strategy. I love the strategicness of it. I did it the first time, and it's not as easy as it looks. So don't take this at face value and think, oh, this is absolutely simple. Why is Tip even showing us this? There's a lot of strategy to this. So let's go into more detail in this second attack. So Ozzy is going to be bringing in 5 Raged Barbarians, 18 Log Bearers. Again, I don't know why my brain's farting out right now. We're going to be bringing in 9 Hogs and 3 graveyard spells. Now, again, you can look. You can see the graveyard spells are focused on those big defenses like this, like this. And so the reason, again, that you're putting those down is so that you can distract. Now, make sure that you don't use up all your Raged Barbarians in the beginning. I made that mistake, and unfortunately, there were buildings that were left behind. Like if this building was left behind, then you're kind of SOL whenever it comes to your attack. And then you're going to be releasing the log carriers. Somebody tell me in the comments what those are called, or I'm going to look right after this, and I'm going to put it on the screen because I'm a complete idiot for not remembering what those things are called. But you're putting those in to distract. And then as you're putting in your Hog Riders, the Hog Gliders are coming in, and they're stunning the defenses. So use that to your advantage. So we're using the log carriers, the log bearers, this is so funny, to distract, and then we're bringing the Hog Riders and Hog Gliders in behind, while the graveyard spell also distracts. So, unfortunately, that big core of offensive troops got nailed by that big oak cannon, the giant cannon. But slowly we're starting to see the skeletons appear. And in the next attack, when you put down another graveyard spell, that's when you really see the strategy come to life. I'm alive! And that's skeleton spells. They were dead once, but they are now alive. So look down. We're putting down our graveyard spells, again, on those big defenses, as you can see here, as you can see here. And again, the reason that we're doing that is to distract. We're going to be using our log bearers to break open the walls, so that way we can extend the deployment line, because you want to make sure that you can deploy your hog riders in a good spot. See this deployment line here? You're going to be using the log bearers to distract, bringing in those hog riders to stun and to come in behind. And then you're just going to let the skeleton spells, especially on the second hit, they just completely mop up and destroy everything. You're going to see a horde of skeletons come out of those graveyard spells. So this is a perfect way to do 2 hits. Again, it takes a little practice. I did it in 3 hits the first time that I tried it. Second time that I tried it, I did it in 3 hits. So again, it's not super easy, and you may already know this trick, and you may be saying, Tip, you're a moron. You have no idea how to do it in 2 hits. This is such an easy attack. But this is something that works, definitely. I've seen Oz use it last week. I saw him use it this week. He gets bases down in 2 hits, and you can too. Make sure you give this video a thumbs up. Follow the channel. We're going to be putting out more amazing content coming out soon. We got a guy in the clan who is number 18 right now in Legend League, and so hopefully we can showcase some of his attacks. Until then, I am TipDog20, and I will see you next video.